Can training actually change your hormones? I tested my testosterone before and after 8 weeks of calisthenics, and the difference shocked me. Most guys think testosterone is only about age or genetics, but it isn't fixed. The way you train, recover, and eat can shift your testosterone more than you realize. And in this video, I'll prove it with my own results, then give you the exact weekly blueprint, training, nutrition, and recovery so you can apply the best-case scenario for improving your testosterone naturally. Before we dive into the blueprint, let me quickly explain why testosterone goes far beyond just building muscle. It also affects recovery speed after workouts, your energy and motivation levels, how much fat versus muscle your body holds, even mood and mental sharpness. Low testosterone is the reason some guys train hard but still feel drained, unmotivated, and stuck in place. Here's the key principle. Testosterone rises when your body is forced to adapt. That means progression, gradually making exercises harder over time. It's not about random push-ups or endless reps. It's about structured overload. And this applies to every movement: push-ups, squats, pull-ups, dips, all of them. The form can change, but the rule stays the same. If you're not progressing, you're not forcing your body to adapt, and your hormones have no reason to rise. To make it simple, let's use push-ups as today's example. John just started calisthenics. He can barely do a few push-ups with shaky form. Here's the blueprint I'd give him. Step 1. Incline push-ups. This is where we build the foundation. John sets his hands on a bench or a sturdy surface, body straight from head to heels. He lowers down slowly, chest moving toward the edge, elbows tucked about 45 degrees, and presses back up without letting his hips sag or pike. The goal here is 6 to 12 reps, clean and controlled for at least 3 sets. Once that feels solid and effortless, we move on. Step 2. Standard push-ups. Now he's on the floor, hands just outside shoulder width, core tight, body in a straight line. He lowers until his chest almost touches the ground, keeping his neck neutral. No craning, no sagging hips. Each rep should take a couple of seconds down. A strong press back up. The target is 8 to 15 perfect reps for 3 to 4 sets. When that becomes easy, it's time to progress again. Step 3. Add load or increase range. At this point, John has 2 choices. He can add weight like a vest or backpack, so he can only do about 6 to 8 reps with good form, or he can go to deficit push-ups. Here he elevates his hands on blocks or handles, which allows him to go deeper. He lowers until his shoulders go just below the elbows. Full stretch through the chest, then drives back up under control. This variation also keeps the wrists in a safer neutral position. Again, aim for 8 to 15 clean reps across 3 to 4 sets. Step 4. Decline push-ups. Now John elevates his feet on a bench. This shifts more weight forward, increasing the load on his upper body. The rules don't change. Body straight, chest down until just above the floor. Press back with power. Do 8 to 15 good reps per set. And when that feels easy, add weight again. And this is the universal formula: progression, form, and consistency. If John just stays at one level doing the same easy reps forever, his body won't adapt. And without that adaptation signal, his testosterone won't adapt either. Here's a question most guys never ask. If testosterone is so important for muscle growth, when does your body actually release it? Not when you're doing push-ups, not even right after. It happens when you're asleep. That's why recovery isn't just some side note, it's the multiplier. Training sends the signal, but recovery is when the real hormonal magic happens. Here's the shocking part. Research shows just 1 week of sleeping, only 5 hours, can drop your testosterone by 10 to 15%. That's the difference between making progress and spinning your wheels. So, how do you fix it? You aim for 7 to 9 hours consistently. You make your room dark and cool, black out curtains if you need to. You kill the screens at least an hour before bed because blue light delays melatonin, and melatonin controls your deep sleep. Think about it this way. If you train hard but scroll Instagram until 200 a.m., you've just robbed yourself of the hormone surge that would have made that training pay off. Here's another curveball. Rest days are where testosterone spikes the most. Sounds strange, right? We think the more we grind, the more we gain. But non-stop training jacks up cortisol, your stress hormone. And cortisol is testosterone's enemy. So every time you skip rest, you're not being hardcore. You're just raising the very hormone that shuts testosterone down. Recovery doesn't mean lying on the couch all day. Light movement is like oiling the machine. It keeps blood flowing, reduces soreness, and lowers stress. That's why I always recommend a 10 to 20 minute walk every day. 5 minutes of controlled breathing. Even that small reset drops cortisol levels. And optional tools like cold showers or contrast therapy. They won't replace the basics, but they do help you recharge mentally and physically. So, let's put it simply. Training tells your body what to change. Recovery decides whether that change actually happens. If you sleep poorly, skip rest, and stress all day, testosterone tanks. But if you nail recovery, your hormones work with you instead of against you. And that's the difference between slow, frustrating progress and real transformation. Testosterone is built from what you eat. Protein repairs muscle tissue. I aim for about 1 gram per pound of body weight. But here's the twist. Fats matter just as much. Cholesterol is literally the backbone of testosterone. That's why I keep foods like eggs, salmon, nuts, and olive oil in my diet daily. If you cut fat too low, your hormones crash and no matter how hard you train. Here's the trap most people miss. You can train perfectly and eat perfectly. But if your stress is out of control, your testosterone tanks. Cortisol and testosterone are in constant tug-of war. When one goes up, the other goes down. So the real win is learning to reset your system. Daily breathing breaks to calm your nervous system. Clear boundaries with screens and work to protect sleep and small stress relievers you enjoy, whether that's a walk, journaling, or just time outdoors. Because it's not just about muscles, it's about keeping your whole system in balance. If you want higher energy, more strength, and faster recovery, don't chase gimmicks. Follow this blueprint: progressive calisthenics, structured recovery, and consistent nutrition. Your testosterone responds to your habits. Now I want to hear from you. Which part of this blueprint do you think you can start applying today? Drop it in the comments right now. Don't overthink it. Just one simple thing you'll commit to. I'll be checking them out. Want to keep improving? Click right here. Now, let me share what actually happened with my own results, because this is where theory turns into reality. Before starting this 8-week calisthenics block, my testosterone levels were firmly in the normal range, but nothing impressive. I wasn't low enough to need medical intervention, yet I constantly felt flat. My workouts felt harder than they should. Recovery dragged on. Motivation came and went in waves. After 8 weeks of structured progression, dialed-in sleep, proper nutrition, and intentional recovery, my follow-up test showed a noticeable jump. Not magic, not steroids, just consistency applied correctly. And that's the part most people miss. They want the supplement shortcut, the hack, the one trick. But testosterone doesn't respond to desperation. It responds to signals. Clear, repeated signals that tell your body, I'm getting stronger, I'm recovering, I'm safe enough to invest in growth. When those signals line up, hormones follow. This is also why random high-intensity workouts don't always work. If every session feels like survival, your body interprets it as stress, not progress. That's why I prefer calisthenics for this goal. You control the intensity, you earn progression. You build strength without frying your nervous system. And that balance is exactly what testosterone thrives on. Another overlooked factor is training frequency. More is not better. Better is better. For most guys, 3 to 5 focused sessions per week is the sweet spot. Enough stimulus to drive adaptation, enough recovery to let hormones rebound. If you're training 6 or 7 days a week and feeling exhausted, irritable, or weaker, that's not discipline. That's a warning sign. Let's also talk about sunlight, because it plays a quiet but powerful role. Morning light exposure helps regulate your circadian rhythm, which directly impacts sleep quality. Better sleep means deeper REM cycles. Deeper REM cycles mean more testosterone release overnight. Something as simple as 10 to 15 minutes of sunlight early in the day can improve the hormonal payoff of everything else you're doing. Hydration matters too. Even mild dehydration increases cortisol. Keep it simple. Water, electrolyte, if you sweat a lot, and limit excessive caffeine late in the day. Energy borrowed from stimulants is often paid back with poor sleep and suppressed hormones. Here's the big picture takeaway. Testosterone is not something you chase, it's something you earn by aligning your habits. Train with progression, not ego. Recover like it actually matters, because it does. Eat to support hormones, not just calories. And manage stress like your results depend on it, because they do. If you apply this blueprint for 8 weeks, not perfectly, just consistently, you won't just feel stronger, you'll feel sharper, more driven, and more resilient. And that's how you know your hormones are finally working with you. So again, don't try to change everything at once. Pick one lever: better sleep, smarter progression, daily walks. Start there, build momentum. Your body will respond. If this helped you, hit the like button so more people see it. Subscribe if you want more evidence-based training that actually works. And remember, your testosterone isn't broken. It's waiting for the right signal.